Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. So today again we'll be solving some SAT math questions from the question bank one by one. So you can also participate and you can give your answers. Otherwise we'll go through with the full solutions. So let us start for today. So we have this is the first question. Okay. So this question states that line K is defined by y is equal to 3x plus 15. So this is the equation of this line K, and line J is perpendicular to line K in the xy plane. So what is the slope of line J? So we are given two lines, and one of them the equation of one of them is given, and the other line is perpendicular to the first line. So we have to find the slope of line J. So let us solve this. So this is the equation of the line y is equal to 3x plus 15, and this is the equation of line K. So we can say that this is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So we can write this by comparing the terms. We can say that m here, which is the slope, is equal to 3, and the y-intercept is 15, which is c. So now for perpendicular lines, we know that the slope of two lines are perpendicular. If the two lines are perpendicular, then their slopes m1 and m2 will be equal to -1, the product of the slopes. So here m2 will be equal to -1 by m1, which will be is equal to -1 divided by 3, because the slope of the line is 3. So for line J we'll have this. Okay, so we have minus 1 by 3. So here the answer will be option number A, that is minus 1 by 3. So correct answer is option A. Okay, you can look at the solution for a moment and then we'll move on to the next question. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Okay, so here is the next question. This says that the point 8 comma 2 in the xy plane is a solution to which of the following systems of inequalities. So we have to find the system of inequalities which correctly which this point correctly satisfies. So we know that for point 8 comma 2, this is a point in the first quadrant because here x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. By looking at these options, we can see that the first one is for the first quadrant, that is x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. The second option here, it is x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0, so that is the fourth quadrant. The third one is given as x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0, so that is the second quadrant. And the last one is x is less than 0, y is less than 0, that is the third quadrant. So our point is, since both x and y are positive, this should be the first quadrant, that is option A. So we'll write the answer as option A. So here the correct answer is option A, x greater than 0, y greater than 0. Okay, now let us move to the next question. Okay, so this question is about two equations, linear equations in two variables. So we are given that 5x is equal to 15 and minus 4x plus y is equal to minus 2. So the system of the given system of equations, the solution is x comma y. So what is the value of x plus y? So let us solve these equations and then we can find the required value. uh, So for these two equations we can write 5x is equal to 15, and the second one is minus 4x plus y is equal to minus 2. So after so the first equation is independent of y, so you can directly solve it for x. So that will give us x is equal to 15. We write this is equation number 1, and this will be equation number 2. So after solving equation number 1 we get x is equal to 15 by 5, that is 3, and minus 4x plus y is equal to minus 2. So that means we can write that minus 4 multiplied by 3, because we know that x is equal to 3. So minus 4 multiplied by 3 plus y is equal to minus 2. That gives us minus 12 plus y is equal to minus 2. So that gives us y is equal to minus 2 plus 12, which is 10. So y is 10 and x is 3. These are the solutions of the system. Okay. Now the question asks that we have to find the value of x plus y. So our value here will be x plus y is equal to 3 plus 10, that will be 30. So if you compare the options, then option C says 30. So the correct answer will be option C, that is 30. So let us write that 13 is the correct answer. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Try to solve this question by yourself, and then we'll together solve this question and find the answer by doing the steps. So this is the question that we have to solve. The cost of renting a backhoe for up to 10 days is $270 for the first day and 135 dollars for each additional day. So which of the following equations gives the cost y in dollars of renting the backhoe for x days, where x is a positive integer and x is less than equal to 10. So we are given x, which is the number of days for which it is rented, and y, which is the total cost. So we have to find it as a function and solve this question for to find out the function of y in terms of x when x is less than equal to 10. So try to do it by yourself, and then we'll attempt it and do the solution. Okay, so let us do this question. So we are given that um, the cost is calculated by such a way that for the first day $270 are charged, and for every next day we have $135 as the cost. So if the renting is done for X days, then we know that for the first day the charges will be uh, 270, and for the next day, so then the remaining days will be X minus 1 days. So for X minus 1 days, for each of those X minus 1 days, we will have the charge as 135. Then the total cost Y will be 270 plus 135 multiplied by X minus 1. Then that becomes 270 plus 135x minus 135. So that will be 270 minus 135 plus 135x, which will be 135 plus 135x. So in our options, this expression matches with option D. So it will be y is equal to 135x plus 135. That is the option number D. So that will be the correct answer. Okay, so that is done. Now we'll go to the next question. Okay, so this is the next question. The question is that what value of p satisfies the equation 5p plus 180 is equal to 250, and we are given four options. So this is just a single equation in one variable, so we have to solve and give the value of p. Okay, so let us solve this question. So here we're given uh, 5p plus 180 is equal to 250. So that gives us 5p is equal to 250 minus 180, that is 70. So we have p is equal to 70 divided by 5, that is 14. So 14 is the correct answer, and that is option A. So our correct answer will be option A, 14. Okay, let's go to the next question. So in this question we are given a graph of between number of m stars and number of k type stars. So it is the statement is that a certain open star cluster contains m type stars and k type stars, and the estimated total mass of m type and k type stars in the open cluster is 127 882, that is 127,882 quetagrams. So the graph shown models the possible combinations of the number of m type stars, that is x, and k type stars on the y axis, that is y, that could be in this open star cluster if all the m type stars have the same estimated mass and all the k type stars have the same estimated mass. So all the m type stars have the same mass within themselves and all the k type stars have the same mass within themselves. So based on the graph, which of the following the estimated mass, based on the graph, which of the following is closest to the estimated mass in quetagrams of each m type star in this cluster? So we have to say that which of the following options is the closest to the estimated mass of a single m type star. So here you can see in the graph that uh, as the number of k type stars decreases, the number of m type stars increase, and the total mass is fixed, that is 127 comma 882, that is the estimated total mass. So we have to find how many what is the estimated mass of one m type star. So if we get what is the total number of m-time stars maximum it can contain, then we can find the value mass of the one m-type star. So here you can see that the line intersects the x-axis at 160. So that means that around 160 m-type stars can be accumulated in the uh, star cluster when there are no k-type stars. So only m-type stars, if it contains only m-type stars, then that can be at most 160. So and this mass will total be 1,27,882 petagrams. So for to find the mass of one m-type star, we can divide that value. We can divide the total mass with this 160, that is the highest number of m-type stars it can contain. So let us do that. So we have total estimated mass of cluster is equal to 127 127,882 kg, it is quetagrams. Then now total maximum number of m type stars stars present as per the graph is around 160, so that is approx. So estimated mass of each m type star is equal to, that will be equal to 127 comma 882 divided by 160, which will be something like 799.9, that is approximately equal to 800. So this is the mass of one n type star, and here the closest number to this estimated mass in the options is 811 kilograms. So as you can see that 811 is option number A, so that should be the correct answer. So correct answer is option A, that is 811. Okay, so this is how this question will be solved. Now let us go to the next question. Okay, so here the question is that the front of a roller coaster car is at the bottom of a hill and it is 15 feet above the ground. So the front of the coaster car is the uh, point that we are considering, and it is 15 feet above the ground. And if the front of the roller coaster car rises at a constant rate of 8 feet per second, which of the following equations gives the height h in feet of the front of the roller coaster car s seconds after it starts up the hill? So there is a roller coaster car which is at a height of 15 feet above the ground, and it rises at a constant rate of 8 feet per second. So for each second it rises 8 feet, and the total height it reaches is height h. So we have to write h in terms of a function of s, that is the number of seconds that pass, and we have to see what is the height after s seconds pass. So this we can do by using the initial condition and the rate at which it rises. So let us write it. So we are given that initial height of the front of the roller coaster car is 15 feet, and rate of increase of height is that will be 8 feet per second. So height after s seconds, this will be 15 plus, for every second it goes 8 feet, so 8 multiplied by s, so 15 plus 8 is feet. So here 8 will be multiplied with s, because for each second 8 feet, the height increases by 8 feet, and 15 is the initial height, so those will get added. So let us look at the options. So the first one is 8s plus 15, so that should be the correct option. 8s plus 15. So correct answer is option A. That is 8s plus 15. Okay, now let us go to the next question. So here it is given that according to a model, the head width in millimeters of a worker bumblebee can be estimated by adding 0.6 to 4 times the body weight of the bee in grams. According to the model, what would be the head width in millimeters of a worker bumblebee if its body weight is 0.5 grams? So we are given a function of the body weight of the head width of the bumblebee in terms of its body weight. So that is a function defined by the initial that defined such that the head width in millimeters is 4 times the body weight of the bee plus 0.6, and we are told to find what would be the head width if the body weight is 0.5 grams. So let us write it as a function. So suppose the head width of the bumblebee is y and body weight the unit is given in grams, so in grams is suppose x. then as per the given condition we can say that y is equal to 4x, because it is 4 times the body weight plus 0.6. This is how the function is given. Now we're said that the we're asked what would be the head width if the worker bumblebee has a body weight of 0.5 grams. So body weight is given as 0.5 grams. So x is equal to 0.5. Now y would be equal to 4 multiplied by 0.5 plus 0.6 as per the function. So that would be 2 plus 0.6. So that will be 2.6. So 2.6 is our correct answer. So this, since this is an integer type question, there are no multiple options. So that is the final answer. Now let us go to the next question. Okay, now let us solve the next one. So here the question is that we're given a graph where there are two lines and the graph of a system of linear equations is shown. So what is the solution xy to the system? So here, since these two lines are meeting at the point, the solution of these two linear equations or the system of linear equations should be the point of intersection. So we can clearly see that the point of intersection is at 2 comma 3, that is x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So that should be the correct answer, that is option C, 2 comma 3. So here the answer would be intersection point is equal to 2 comma 3. So answer is option C 2 comma 3. Okay, now we go to the next question. So in this question we are told that 3x minus 8 is 7. So what is the value of 3x plus 8? This is a simple straightforward question. So let us write the given expression. So 3x minus 8 is 7. Now 3x plus 8 we are told to find. So then 3x will be equal to 7 plus 8, that is 15. So 3x plus 8 will be 15 plus 8, that is 23. So 23 should be the correct answer, and 23 is the option D here. So option D, 23 is the correct answer. 23. Now let us go to the next question. Now we're given this equation where 10x is equal to 86. So we are told to find the value of x is in this equation. So that is a linear equation and a very straightforward one. So you just write 10x is equal to 86. So that gives us x is equal to 86 divided by 10, that is 8.6. So 8.6 is the correct answer. Okay, so the next question is about lines. So line P is defined by 4y plus 8x is equal to 6, and line R is perpendicular to line P in the xy plane. So what is the slope of line R? So we are given two lines, line P and line R. So let us write them. Line P, the equation is 4y plus 8x is equal to 6. And line R is perpendicular. So whenever we have to find perpendicular lines, we go for the slope method. So let us first find the slope of line P. So slope of line P, let it be m1, is equal to so we can rewrite this equation as 4y is equal to 6 minus 8x. So that will give us y is equal to minus 2x plus 3 by 2. So this is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So that means that m is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to 3 by 2. So we have a slope intercept form. So we know the slope of line P, that is m1, that will be minus 2. So now we have to find slope of line slope of line P, we know. Let us write that down, minus 2, and then slope of line R, that is m2, will be equal to minus 1 by m1 as per the property of perpendicular lines. So that should be minus 1 divided by minus 2. which gives us 1 by 2, but that is 0.5. That is the slope of the second line, that is line R. So the answer to this question should be 0.5 or 1 by 2. So that is the correct answer. There are no options here, so this is a direct answer. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Okay, so now the next question is, if 3x minus 27 is equal to 24, what is the value of x minus 9? So let us write that down. 3x minus 27 is equal to 24. Then 3x should be equal to 51, which gives us x is equal to 70. But we are told to find x minus 9. So x minus 9 is equal to 17 minus 9, that will be 8. So here in the options, option B has 8 in it, so the correct answer should be option B, that is 8. Okay, now we'll move to the next question. So again, this is a question of perpendicular lines. So here we are given a line P and its equation, that is 2y plus 18x is equal to 9, and line R is perpendicular to line P in the xy plane. So what is the slope of line R? Okay, so let us write the given equation for line P. So line P's equation is 2y plus 18x is equal to 9. So let us simplify this into the slope intercept form. Y is equal to mx plus c. So that will be 2y is equal to minus 18x plus 9, and y is equal to minus 9x plus 4.5. So this is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Okay, now we'll compare this to get the value of the slope, that is m is equal to minus 9 and c is equal to 4.5, that is the y-intercept. Now we are told to find the slope of the line r which is perpendicular to this line. So we'll apply the formula again, that is m1 m2 is equal to minus 1. So slope of line r is equal to minus 1 by m, that will be equal to minus 1 divided by minus 9, which is 1 by 9. So 1 by 9 is option C, so option C would be the correct by 9. Okay, so here is the next question. So here we are given a graph between length and width. Length is on the x-axis and width is on the y-axis. And the question says that the graph in the xy plane models the possible combinations of length x in meters and width y in meters for a rectangle with a parameter of 36 meter. Which statement is the best interpretation of the point 8, 10 in this context? So for a rectangle with parameter 36 meter, the length and the width can vary like the graph shown. So length is given in the x-axis and width is given in the y-axis. So you can see that if length is 0, then width is 18, and if width is 18, the length is 0. So those are the extreme conditions. Then 8 10 is the 8 10 is the midpoint, and 8 10 says that this is also the 8 10 is the point where the length is 8 and the width is 10. So we have to see which of the following statements is true for the point 8 10. So the first statement says that the length is 10 meter less than the perimeter and the width is 8 meter less than the perimeter, and that is not correct because the perimeter is 36 meters and length and width are 8 and 10, so that is not correct. uh, then the second one is the length is 10 meter and the width is 8 meter, so that is also not correct because the length is given in the x-axis, that is 8, and the width is given in the y-axis, that is 10, so that is not correct. Then the third option says that the length is 8 meter and the width is 10 meters. So that is the correct option because 8 is the x coordinate and 10 is the y coordinate. So x represents the length and y represents the width. So the option C is the correct option. So let us write that. Option C.